It does sound like he's struggling with the power in that car.
Yeah, judges questioning whether his car was NA, but no, Jack's notes say that it is an SR20 DT. It's 330 horsepower, although that is not evident right now as Jack does get a run in.
Got it right.
Done it.
I've got it sideways and with the comments.
Okay.
What is the score going to be there for Jack? Go. Judges just discussing this one.
Whilst we're for that, we do have Josh Phillips on the line, who is a local lad.
He is a local lad, yeah.
I think he's actually just coming off the reserve list for this round as well, so he'll be looking to impress and show
if I leave my sunglasses in the van, it will stay sunny.
Can do for his driving.
Exactly, he's a very, very talented young driver. We do see his dad, Mr. Roland, driving the BDC, and it is a 50, I do believe, a 50 there for Jack, so he will get himself a score. Yeah, M3 under the bonnet of this E36, but problem straight away there for young Josh Phillips.
Big understeer as he initiated there, and looking really, really sketchy so far from Josh Phillips. Hopefully he can pull it back together for the second half. He's probably, well, hopefully put a decent score on the board for it. But again, another straight in there from Josh Phillips, which will knock his score down a little bit more. So, not looking great here from Josh Phillips so far.
Well, he does put in a run, nevertheless. The judge is not impressed. They're just throwing some scores around the room at the moment.
Did I hear 44?
Wait here, that's a
45.
44, so a 44 there for Josh Phillips' first qualifying run. Just needs to be a bit more fluid, you know, that's what it
yeah, I mean, obviously that entry just got a lot of understeer, but it was sort of doomed from there. Hopefully he can put a run together for its second half now, and it's looking good so far from Josh Phillips. A little bit shy of there.
Yeah, looking a lot tastier right now as Josh Phillips can bring the front of the car into that tyre. He's certainly found nice and close. Or a little waiver there as he comes through the centre of the circuit. Just looks like this car is hard to drive. And a big straight handbrake drag there for Josh Phillips as he sets himself up for the final 3 outer zones.
Yeah, it just almost looks like he's not being a little bit tentative with his driving now. Obviously, he might have come back out in the wet, so he's not sure what his conditions were like, and he's just held back a little bit, I think. So next on the line we should have Kenny Rain, who's in the E36 2.5, which is running 450 brake horsepower apparently. He's got sponsors from K&N Autos, and he's been driving for just under 2 years, drifting for just under 2 years.
So Kenny Rain sits on the line, just having a word with our start line marshal Dale, as our marshal Jason Slade.
Big up to Jason.
Rebuilds the circuit.
Yeah, Jason, one of the fittest guys in the country after all the running around he does for DRIFTCUP in the season. And the Race Drift Championship as well, obviously.
So nice fast initiation for Kenny Rain.
And yeah.
Opposite drift. Judges not sure whether that's zero or not. They're going to let them finish the run first and then make their decision from there.
Yeah, sketchy first run here from Kenny Rains. Again, obviously trying to get used to the conditions. The sun's coming back out, so it will be starting to dry up out there as well now. But obviously the judges working out what the score will be there for
Kenny. It's going back to patchy, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
It's going to really mess up the last
one. Yeah, you're right,
lot.
track is drying out right in front of the judge.
At least our boys have been out.
Also on the initiation as well. The initiation point through clip 1, it looks like it's starting to dry there, Ian. So yeah, obviously conditions changing, making things hard for these drivers today.
So faster initiation there for Kenny Rain, but it does grab a whole load of understeer and a spin.
So that will be a 0 for Kenny on his second run.
So 27 on his first and a 0 on his second. A nervous wait there for Kenny Rain, he will get onto the lead change.
Yeah, Lee actually is an instructor with Learn to Drift, so he gets a lot of practice in these conditions.
No excuses then?
Definitely no excuses, and I have told him that if he doesn't get through to the top 4 today, I'm stealing his car tonight for the team thing.
So you're going to drive, so I get to commentate on you driving?
Oh, do I? Yeah, I'll
that could be.
But yeah, it's a bit of a...
Mark Buckle can commentate. Over 18s only, no mobile phones, and we'll do some truthful
Sweeps
commentating.
Buckle commentating.
We've been building it up for years. Me and Mark Buckle want it to happen, just not made it happen just yet. Oh, do you know why? Because I think
Sweeps likes painting the lines, bless him.
So much hate. So Lee Chambers now sits on the line.
Yeah, little E36 compact. He literally had the gearbox out of this last night, putting a new one in, struggling to get second and fourth.
Yeah, Holly, Mark's been out,
this morning, so hopefully he
did
can
reasonably
put in a
well, so
Can he
fingers
hold on
crossed
to
for
it?
him qualifying.
No. So yeah, Lee massively overcooking it on entry there.
Oh, and he needs to go to RDX, get a job at RDX Drift Academy. Oh, conflicting.
Can I just say that, as seen with Jojo, you could probably see with myself in the future, not all of us can fail.
So Lee Chambers will finish up his qualifying run, even though it is a 0. He'll just be feeling the track out, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's looking better there as he starts to get used to the track, and
Probably because the track's patchy, he doesn't know what to do
gonna
where.
I think he's just going to send
It's not
it
really
for a
his
second
driving,
run
it is
anyway.
drifting,
I know
is
he'll be a
it?
little bit angry with himself there, and hopefully Lee can hold it together for the second run, get himself into battles, because once he's in battles, I know he will do well. His game, his chase game is absolutely brilliant, so it would be nice to see him in battles today.
So Lee initiates for his second qualifying run. He's held on to it now though. Gets nice and wide. Oh, he's on big angle. Can he make it work? He certainly can. He transitions back in front of the grandstand. He's nice and deep into the outer zone.
Yeah, looking much better here from Lee Chambers.
I don't know if the other live stream saved Holly
on the board to get him into battles this afternoon.
onto the Forces Drift page.
But it wasn't an opposite drift,
Right,
so we'll just
on
get
there.
marked down for that, hopefully.
Yeah, it looks like he's found himself back on that nice wide qualifying.
Oh no!
Where's he going? Commentator's curse.
Do you know what that would have been a good score? I think that would have found
That was Ian and Trev's fault.
Yeah, middle of the pack, he was find himself at least in the base.
Exactly that.
Oh, what a shame.
So, next on the line we should have Mike Sanford in the another 300ZX. This one is a 3.1 twin turbo with 600 horsepower.
You don't see one for years and then 2 of them come along the luck buses.
There was actually 3.
Wow.
Last round there was 3 because there was Eagis Mill as well.
Oh, Eggis! It's Eggis!
He also came first in the seeded class.
Eggis is amazing,
so
that's
he will
why.
be taking his chance, I think, to join himself in the British Drift Championship with Driftland.
So Max Cotton, who currently is our top qualifier, is leading the points championship at the moment.
And Eric's in second.
From Sanford. He's very wide now though. Look at this, he's very wide. Make it work. It looks like this could work for him. Big angle. He has to try and work his way back onto the qualifying line.
Yeah, he's a bit shallow as he put in
that is a poppy banging
into his
car.
transition. Took him offline, but it started really well there for Mike Sanford, and I think that will be sort of a high 50s, maybe low 60s score there.
That potential, we just kind of threw it away on that front clip. That front clip there on the start line is very difficult. So we await for that score to drop in.
It's in the 60s. Yeah.
And a 60 there for Mike Sanford on his first one.
See, I called it.
Yes, a high 50, low 60, there we go. So off the line, Mike Sanford for his second qualifying run. He's currently sitting at 8th in qualifying at the moment. Nice initiation. Look at this nice line. Can he get nice and wide? He certainly can.
Definitely does. Looking good here. So can he keep it nice and clean here for the second lap? Making mistakes last time.
He's done it again. Look, he's gone very wide. Got it. Now the transition's really messed up last time. This transition and goes a lot wider and again shallow. Oh, what a speed!
Spin there from Mike Sanford, so that will give him a 0 for his second run. But he has got a 60 in the bag from his first run here, so that should see him hopefully into competition earlier.
Yes. conditions of the run, yeah, he's angry.
Right, next on the line we've got Mr. Asbo himself, Steve Knott. Team Japspeed driver from Manchester, running a forged 2JZ under the bonnet of this car, running around 600 horsepower before he puts his lights on it.
That's just not needed, is it? Just not needed. Back initiation though for Mr. Knott. He puts on big angle there, swallows up massively.
Wide.
Struggling to find the perfect line. The weather change looked good earlier in practice in the drive, but the wet weather just not doing many favours.
I mean, unfortunately, Steve not seeing himself in the unseeded class this year because of the amount of problems he had with his car last year. He didn't manage to get any points on the board, which dropped him down into this class. So Steve really wanting to put a decent score on the board, get in battles, get a top 4 and get back to where he feels he should be, which is in the seeded class on the Sundays. Obviously maybe a bit of nerves there for his first run. Again, as we keep saying, changing conditions. This first corner, as you look at it, is dry. No, it's dry. But the top corner is completely wet. So the whole track is
the wet patch.
very unpredictable for these guys. So it takes a lot of skill to keep these guys just on track and on the
Up here is the dry patch.
For Steve Knott. Sends himself around that first time for his second qualifying run. Look at that very slow again. His front flip, a very simple front flip again, but this is looking good. It's a little bit too early though. Oh, he gets it nice and deep. Now Kenny's down to just all drops the wheel.
Just on the edge where the wheel is touching the dirt, so he has just got to go there, and I don't think that will, I'm not sure if that will improve his first score there for Steve Knott, but again a 40 may see him in competition this afternoon, and Steve will come out, he will come out of his shell in the battles. He always struggles with qualifying, and when he does get into the battles, that's where he really shines.
So 41 there on his second qualifying run, and up next, as you were just going to say,
Rob Black, another Japspeed driver from Scotland in the S15 with a 1.5 JZ, running 420 horsepower.
Oh,
and a big
shame.
error there from Rob Black as he initiates.
yeah, this car, if you've been a drift fan for many years, may recognise it, may not recognise this.
Well, we can hear it in the background. The judge is saying because of those mistakes and the length and straight in there and driving that part of the track, that will unfortunately be a 0 there for Rob Black on his first run. So all to play for now.
Yeah, this car, like I say, if you've been a fan of UK drifting for a long time, may recognise it, may not recognise it, but this car actually took Paul Smith to a British Drift Championship many moons ago. Paul Smith in the house today supporting Rob Black. Obviously that guy, along with a few others in the house, and obviously paid to be Adrian and Martin Richards heading off to Europe in just over a week's time to compete in the Drift Masters European Championship. So Rob Black trying to follow in the footsteps of Paul Smith. He comes off the line, and he's got really hard tasks. Like I say, look how dry that track is getting.
Yeah, a little bit of a random fact about Rob is he once broke his collarbone in Asda car park.
I don't even know what he was doing. I don't even want to know what he was up to. He's on a good line so far. Now, can Rob Black pull it together? Gets the front end a little close to that top. Now, nice transition in the middle of the circuit will set him up perfectly for that outside line. Not as deep as what you'd like to see him, but nevertheless, Rob Black right now manages to find himself online.
This will actually put a score on the board this time for Rob. We can hear the judges deliberating in the background, and it's not a bad score so far from what we can hear. So whilst we wait for that score, next on the grid we do have Axel Hildebrand, is obviously representing Anglo-American Oil Company and Driven Racing Oil as one of the main sponsors here for DRIFTCUP this weekend.
So just waiting to get the score from Rob Black. 67 on his second qualifying run. It looks like it'll be hard enough to get himself.
I think the judges are accounting for the changing conditions in the track and how hard it is for these drivers to obviously navigate these conditions here where they're changing from dry to wet to patchy to all different types of grip conditions out here. But Axel looking really, really good so far.
Yeah, you can just see how difficult it is. And look at this from Axel. Right now, Mr. Sunoco himself navigating around. Can he bring the front in? Oh, a little wobble ever so slightly in the middle track that throws on nice angle through the centre of the circuit. Can you get nice and wide? Oh, and he's very shallow, just sacrifices that zone.
Even with those mistakes, that is still a good looking run there for his first time out for Axel Hildebrand. As we say, Driven Racing Oils sponsored driver. And Axel actually saying here, he's only had 2 years of practice days in Drift Matsuri, so that's some serious skill for only that amount of seat time.
Exactly, so a 68 there for Axel. That sits in way up the order. I'm going to say fourth. Kenny Bettering comes off the line for his second qualifying run right now. With this nice opposite flick, no handbrake whatsoever. A little dab there just to slow the car down. He's going to be washing out nice and wide here for this outer zone. You can see him just peer out the side glass, all be straight in the middle of the circuit.
And is it me or does Axel just look like a stick?
Yeah, cool, calm and collected, doesn't
he? Does.
He looks like a stick, he's not that thin.
No, the stick. The stick.
Obviously he looks like a stick.
No, the stick.
Oh, right. Nice transition in the middle of the circuit, throws on big angle.
Nice and deep out into those zones there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, nice and deep there from Axel. He gets nice and wide for the final zones. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sunoco himself.
Yeah, really good second run there from Axel Hildebrand.
I love his name. Axel's just such a cool name.
And Axel, if you want to go see him, he actually distributes Sunoco race fuels and the Driven Racing Oils all throughout Europe and the Middle East, everywhere pretty much. And also he's a world of knowledge about oils. I've been chatting to him this morning about what oils.
He knows too much about oil, too much.
Basically, I've been chatting to him this morning about what stuff I need for running my engine in, and he just gave me a list, and I was like, wow, okay. So yeah.
So a 70 there for Axel's second qualifying run.
And he does improve on his first score by 2 points there.
So he qualifies fourth. Very good job there from Axel, as we see Tom Cambridge right now.
And unfortunately a spin there as he came into
you know what I think that was the changing weather conditions.
Yeah, you've got a dry entry on clip one. You come through in the centre of that corner is still wet, so obviously they've got loads of grip and then no grip, so they are having to adapt their driving. And another spin there for Tom Cambridge.
He's unlucky really, because it's really dry and quick in areas, isn't it?
Laps, so hopefully he'll know.
Oh, they're allowed to do sighting laps, that's good.
And put in a score for his second run here.
Oh, no sighting laps. Oh, what a shame. That's really unlucky for him. Yeah, hopefully.
Practice days and a couple of rounds of RDC.
And he doesn't even have a favourite drifter.
It's me.
And I think it's me.
No, it's me, definitely me. So he looks very difficult right now for Mr. Cambridge. See that car. You can see how fast the track's dried up there. So patchy, and the centre section very wet.
But obviously for you spectators, this weather is absolutely perfect. We should hopefully, well, we are starting to see the grandstand fill up, luckily.
Yeah, getting busier. So a score will drop in for Tom Cambridge.
And whilst we're waiting for that
Has Gilby been out yet, do you know?
We do have Tom Van Beek on the line in the little MX-5. And I think this is a turbocharged MX-5.
Mark, I'm not sure if Gilby's been out. I've just been told by a reliable source that he is at the back of the queue, so he's yet to come.
A car that's sort of suited to this sort of track and conditions.
So a 50 there for Tom Cambridge's second score. He does get a run on board yet, and Mr. Van Beek off the line. Oh, and gets it wrong, a big understeer there. As you can see, the initiation's wet, and then they drop the front wheel straight into a wet portion of the track. Not easy to contend with. Mr. Van Beek now tries.
I mean, you can really hear it as they come into that rear clip, how much grip they're getting. You can hear it on Tom's tyres there, that little screech as he caught some grip. And then obviously onto that wet section again.
So Tom Van Beek finishes up his run And you were right, yeah, a turbo.
Yeah, little 1.6 turbo in that MX-5 there, or as some people like to call them, the either the Unos Roadster or a Miata.
Miata, yeah, Miata. So representing Destroy or Die, I do believe.
Yeah, I mean, I used to see these guys at the Rockin' and Drift days on the Mayan days, and he used to absolutely send it into the walls in these Destroy or Die MX-5s. And
so at 57 on his first qualifying run, can he pull it out the bag and get way up the order? Look at that nice initiation there. And very committed, yeah, carrying a lot of speed now. This is where it gets wet. Oh, he's messed himself up though ever so slightly. So Tom,
Mark, you're so rude.
And the front clip there transitions into the middle of the circuit. Look at this nice line there through the middle of the circuit. Little dab of the handbrake. You can see there the track drying up. Just slowed him down too much to get nice and deep into that outer zone. He does finish up his second qualifying run though. 2 runs.
Yeah, nice and consistent as well from Tom Van Beek, which obviously consistency is key within drifting. That is what wins you championships.
Exactly.
Consistency.
I've been saying it for years. If you can consistently score high in qualifying and you win battles from being consistent, you can, you finish in the top 4 of a championship all year. You can win the championship. It's easily done.
Definitely. I mean, he showed it with Vasquez last year. Obviously, he didn't win a round all year.
No.
No, tell a lie. He won the last round.
Final,
sorry.
yeah.
But obviously, he still came, was it third, I think, in the championship overall. And that was after mechanical problems, etc, etc, etc. But so consistent driving can get you everywhere. So we've got Steve Morgan out at the moment, who is the driver for Rags to Drifters, and his E34 V8 powered. Says here he's sponsored by the Taxman. He's done a few drift days last year. Second time driving the E34 will be round 1. So it will probably be his 3rd or 4th time actually driving this car. I know he only literally started drifting last year, so Steve Morgan relatively new to the drift scene. Well, not new to the drift scene, he's got friends within it, but new to actually drifting himself. But he will get lined up for his second run. I'm not sure what the score was for his first run.
I think it might be a 0.
It would be a 0.
Yeah.
I think it was a 0.
Yeah, 0. So yeah, sorry, just chatting there with the judges saying it looks like there's a big steering issue with this car. And again, look at that massive amounts of understeering handbrakes.
What a shame.
Oh, well, he took down the clipping point, no regard to the track whatsoever.
His random fact is he does say he loves sniffing petrol and burning rubber whilst always recycling. So maybe he sniffed a little bit too much petrol before coming out on track, and he's definitely getting a little bit lost there, I think,
parking.
Steve Morgan.
Sat-nav's gone wrong.
Right now, so that will be 2-0 unfortunately for Steve Morgan.
Bless him. Yeah, but you know what that feels like.
We'll see Scott Robinson
Says
make
he
his way to
who
the start line.
has driven angry.
Jason Slade fixes the track.
Yeah, I mean, Jason, as you can see,
Jason,
again,
the man that keeps
This
it
guy likes to
going.
run.
He does love a good job, does Jason.
We've even got background music to go with Jason doing this.
So yeah, Scott Robinson on the line, representing Team Misfits alongside Steve May and Richie Gilby in the 3-8 touring, sponsored by J&J Tyres, Cambridge Mobile Tyres, 4K Detail, Mishimoto, Hell Performance, Violent D, Opie Oils and Driftaway. So lots of sponsors there for Scott Robinson.
So,
and a little bit of a random fact, this car here is actually still his daily.
Still his daily.
It's still
Scott
his daily.
Robinson.
He drove it to Modnaz the other week, drove it, took the lights out
Forces
of
Drift
it.
Academy.
I'm assuming he's probably driven it here as well today, so yes, it's still his daily.
It was many moons ago that I did that, and I can feel his pain. But right now, Scott Robinson doing a good job at the moment. But yeah, look how bad the track's got. He's in that big dry patch to stay. He does a little wobble. But judges are looking too
You're
hard
literally
for
going
that.
through the dry, heating your tyres up and then getting them wet again.
And a very nice line through the middle of the circuit. Now if he sets himself up right,
wide as he came in, but he did keep it out, and yeah, not a bad run there so far from Scott Robinson.
no, nice and wide. Oh, just I was just going to say he's going to get nice and wide, but he didn't. It looked like the car scrubbed the speed and darted himself across the middle of the circuit.
Sorry, my arms went there, guys.
Because as you can see, where clip 1 and what is the final clip is completely dry now. Completely dry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the initiation
Look at this
and that
track.
final clip.
Let me
completely
zoom in,
dry.
look.
And then
Look at
straight
this
into
track.
a really wet section. So
Wet,
very
dry,
different
wet,
to
dry,
Then comes
wet,
into
dry.
another dry section, into another wet section, into another
that?
dry
Nigh
section.
on
It's just-
impossible to drive, but these guys are making it work. And
Crazy.
Scott Robinson,
That
we'll wait for his first score
And
to drop
it
in.
really shows the talent this weekend, and these guys driving, being able to accommodate for these changing conditions as they go.
A blue 36
59 there for
with a
Scott
Jay-Z in
Robinson's
it.
first
That's
qualifying
Chrissy
run.
Nayland. Not sure, Louis. I'm so sorry. Hopefully you haven't missed them.
And then we'll have a short break, and then we'll be back with top 32 battles. This looks
Looking
nice.
good so far from Scott Robinson.
Yeah, very, very nice so far. Can he get nice and deep into his outside six? Certainly can. Look at this.
Good lad.
Now, can he get
Keep
the
it going.
the tractor tyre? He's a little wobble, but he stays in it now.
Yes.
Nice and wide. Quite a little bit more angle at it. And a good transition back again. And this looking good.
From Scott Robinson. I don't want to speak too soon, but this is
Don't you
looking
dare,
like a really
Trevor.
good score here on his second run from Scott Robinson. And you can hear from the judges in the background saying he's reading the track really well, looking
Well
at
done,
where,
Scotty.
looking ahead
Considering
to where
that's
he
wet,
is
dry,
and
he done
predicting
bloody well,
what
didn't
that was
he?
going to be
Yeah,
like.
exactly.
So, and obviously that shows
That's
the
class.
experience of
Exactly.
his driving.
Talented driver, very talented
talented driver.
So a 64 for his second qualifying run. You know what? That's a good score on
Yeah,
Scott Robinson.
improving on his first score there by 5 points. And next on the line we have Tom Fruin-Clark from Maps Motorsport.
No, it
with
will
the-
be Alex Chapman. Alex Chapman up next.
Okay.
Trev, you got it
Alex
wrong,
Chapman
man.
sits
Guy
at the
with a
line. This
massive
guy was
split.
absolutely flying early in practice.
Oh yeah, he was
Right.
obsessed with his splitter, wasn't he?
Crazy front bumper. If you have a look at how that thing is still on after round 1 and practice at round 2. But yeah, very crazy Buzazuku style front bumper on this E36.
So Alex Chapman not doing a bad job so far. This guy used to be a regular at King of the Ring.
I was just about to say that, I'm sure all the team Matt guys are very familiar to you.
Yeah, just touching the front bumper of that car on that red tractor tyre in the middle of the circuit, but nevertheless keeps in it. And you know what? Does a very nice run.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Chapman there is it's only a little 2.8 power, 210 horsepower. Obviously, as you say, he's done King of the Ring, various track days before, but I think this is his first time in a national competition like Drift Cup, and showing his worth there on his first run.
Exactly, yeah, showing his worth. And yeah, the team Map boys right down there, I can see him out the window. Big support from all those guys down there. We'll see more of them driving tomorrow.
Jamie Stanton, who, as you say, is in
That's
the
who they're
Seeded class
talking about,
tomorrow after
down there.
coming, I think it was second in round 1.
Second round one, yeah, but off the line, Alex Chapman for his second qualifying run. Nice opposite flick initiation. Can he stay in it? You can hear him now working the car. He knows the grip levels. Look at this, nice and deep.
Really, really nice there.
As Alex Chapman stays in it. And look at that. Nice and deep into out zone. He knows what he needs to do. In top qualifying. Brings the front bumper in nice and close. Now a little wobble, but dials on the back angle. Dials just gets out of it just slightly, but he transitioned a little bit too early. He stays in it nevertheless. Now looks for the outer limits of the circuit. That final outer zone across the line. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, really, really good run there from Alex Chapman. Put your hands together there for the team Maps Motorsport driver. And now we do actually have on the line Tom Fruin-Clark, who
So
I
I'm going to get
mentioned
the scores because I didn't get no scores for Mr. Chapman before. The leg's gone dead as well.
Which one? What's Trev doing to Ian in there?
So a 58 on his first and a 65 on his second.
Nice.
So that should put Alex
Definitely.
Chapman into battles now for this afternoon. But yeah, as I say, Tom Fruin-Clark, another of the team Maps Motorsport drivers.
You don't just get one of them, Trevor. You get 50 or 60
I think
drivers.
there's actually 6 of them in total.
Yeah, 200.
loads of them.
You know, they take
They're taking
over.
over,
Every hotel,
yeah.
They're just breeding like ants. There's so many of them. You just can't.
Oh, he's held it. He's held. Oh, straighten.
Wow.
He still held it. Man, that's an applause. Yeah. I know, but that deserves an applause.
Nice and deep into that clipping point. And looking good so far from Tom Fruin-Clark on his
That should
first
be a
qualifying run.
100-point run just for saving it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree.
This one's got the rear spoiler.
Yeah.
The front split over the other guys.
Yeah, that's right.
Shared cars.
Unbelievable.
Sharing body panels.
So I want to know what the judges score that because that was serious talent.
58.
So judges just deliberating their score and impressed with how he managed to get that going again. And a 56 on his first qualifying run there for Mr. Clark.
So again, Tom Clark was one of the regulars at King of the Ring recently.
Yeah, this guy always turned up with his 6 million crew and drivers.
Sponsored by obviously Max Motorsport, Wheel Miracles and Duraflex.
There we go, doing a nice job so far. Look at that big angle. Oh, just about dials it out though. Can he hold on to it? Oh,
Spin will be a 0 for Tom Clark's second run there, but that score of 56 should put him somewhere within.
Do you know what we've got for the guys? It's been hit and miss. It's either been a 0, very very low, or mid pack. So I think we're going to end up with a lot of 50s and a lot of 60s point scores. So he's
Richard Gilby
for the moment, I do believe. So he's inside competition.
Richard Gilby fans.
Next up on the line, we should have Richard Gilby.
Yep, we certainly.
And Will Smith's car, old car.
Another Essex boy as well. Sponsored by CT Fabrications, Unit Works, and Two Roads Motorworks. In the little Sil 18 1JZ and 500 horsepower.
Yeah, this car previously been at Drift Cup before, driven by Will Smith. And Rich Gilby noticed how well it was built, noticed how good it was, and he thought, you know what, what's the best thing to do?
Will Smith has actually promised to be here this weekend as well. He's promised to be here because he said that he's going to come on Sunday and give me a big cuddle. So
there we go.
It's nice to see his car here, but it's going to be even nicer to see him here tomorrow.
So Rich Gilby makes his way around, a little wavering through that first one, essentially not as deep as we want to see. Slowing that car out and know the weather conditions are not making it easy for Rich Gilby right now.
I mean, that's a lot of power to be putting around a small track like this, and he's doing a pretty good job of predicting the track ahead of him.
Yeah, it just needs to. A lot of corrections, a lot of steering input into that car, not smooth.
To be fair, he's probably learning where the dry and wet is in that run, isn't he?
I mean, so smooth. So, I mean, that's obviously what we're looking for. Is something.
Look how different the track is now.
Nice and smooth, fluid on the clips.
Come on, Gilby, you've tested the layout. They've tested the
judges said in the
dampness. Is that a good word to use now?
Nice, smooth, fluid.
It's as bad as the word moist.
They don't want you to see you adjusting that drift. They want to see you using the throttle to drive the car around.
Come on, Gilby, you know where to.
So at 55 there,
you know where to do it now.
His first qualifying run of the day, and he's off the line for the second one. Can he improve? And the track almost dry now, just patches of the track are wet.
Mark, you are a bad influence.
A little bit of understeer gets back into it.
Maybe missed that bit.
A very strange line there as he comes through. Looks at that front clip, and it's a transition very, very late. Look at that, he gets on the handbrake, slows the car up. He should have got on the throttle nice and early. Stalls it up again. Get off the throttle, let the car stall up, then
very, very similar to his first run as well. Very, very twitchy, lots of corrections. So I don't think that will improve his first score as well.
To be fair to Gilby though, like the track is changing constantly.
Next on the line we do have Jamie Pike in the Skyline there. From Leatherhead in Surrey.
Yay, near me.
Sorry? I was going to say sponsored by Henry Automotive. J Development's main sponsor is the Missus, apparently.
Hey, that's the best sponsor you can get. What are you on about? That's the one main title sponsor you need if you're a drifter. You're up.
Yeah, Jamie was struggling during practice, just didn't seem to get the car dialed in, and you can really see that as he comes out for his first qualifying run. Struggling and a spin there.
They just don't know where the track's wet and where it's dry.
So obviously Jamie will either finish at this run and maybe go straight back to the line. We'll see. Sensible thing to do would be go
test
and
it.
Yeah. Get a feel for the grip.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
he is doing.
Good man.
It's a perfect opportunity to just go out, feel the grip, try and get yourself back online.
So it's quite dry there, isn't it?
But yeah, Jamie. Really struggling.
Then he hit the water.
Really struggling.
Yeah, there's a river there. Yeah,
hopefully he can pull it back together for his second one and get a score on the board.
I can't really see what's on my camera.
So Jamie Pike will make his way back to the start line.
I can see. There's the river, guys.
And then there's a massively big wet puddle there.
There's the river. Sorry,
just
panning
7
round.
guys left to go for the end.
And then there's your little lake. So we've got lakes, rivers.
And where clip 5 is there, where he is now, is literally soaking wet, the entire area there. Just not dry
Jamie
at all.
comes off the line.
Really difficult for these guys.
Handbrake initiation there for Jamie. Middle of the circuit.
Some of drifting is about the luck, how the track is when you get on there.
Set itself up.
It's really slippy. Well done.
To the out zone. Literally in front of the point. He's very wide, very wide. He's going to mess up his transition. He's going to be very close to that tyre and just about avoids it and does an opposite drift there.
Yeah, that's what all the drivers are saying. I've been speaking to all the drivers today, Mark, and they said they would prefer it as either hammering down rain and completely wet, or just, you know, dried up and stay dried up, because the wet dry is just horrific.
It was looking like he was getting some points.
It like changes between two runs.
But I think we can confirm, is that a
2 zeros? I think
it was
that
a
was.
0 there
what
for
a
his
shame.
second run. So next on the line off the reserve list is Sarah Price.
Yes, Sarah Price. Good gal.
Sarah, again, another regular here at Norfolk Arena.
Let's root for her. Yeah, no, she's holding it.
She's done a few.
She's holding it. Go on, Sarah.
Norfolk Arena Drift Championships.
Go on,
rounds.
Sarah.
But yeah, she does really suffer with nerves. She's got a great level of
bless
support.
her.
Again, with the two map guys are here with Jamie Stanton. So
Come on,
hopefully we can
Sarah,
pull that
rooting for you,
together.
girl.
She's
Rooting for you.
got a really hard job here with the track conditions as they are.
Oh, and you know what? I was just going to say, it wasn't, you know, apart from the sketchy initiation, taking down that cone, it kind of.
She still did really well.
It's going to be a score, but unfortunately for that, I do believe that will be a 0.
But one thing I will say about Sarah is she will
10 out of 10 for
she will
effort.
go back to the start line and she'll know where these patches are, and hopefully she can adjust to that and put in a good run for her second run.
Come on,
it
girl.
would be nice to see Sarah into the top 32 and obviously into battles
Yes,
this
get
afternoon.
the females
Exactly,
in
so
there.
she comes back to the start line for her second qualifying run. Like you say, hopefully she's got rid of those nerves.
Come on, deep
And
breathe,
Sarah
Sarah.
currently is actually the only female competitor in Drift Cup.
Yeah,
so
she is.
Girls, what are you playing
What are
at?
you
Come
doing?
on, get yourselves in a car. Get
I'm
yourselves,
learning, Trev, I'm
on the grid.
learning.
Come and have some fun.
Exactly, yeah, we need more women competing in the UK. We have a limited amount of female drivers. It's Jason Slade.
There's getting more. There's more and more
Slowly.
coming through the ranks, and we're constantly seeing more coming through the drift schools and getting into it.
So Sarah comes off the line, and it's very, very slow for Sarah.
Yeah, but she still initiated a clip.
She does initiate though.
That's what I said.
Much better now for Sarah. She
Sit,
transitions
slow it,
very
hold
wide
it.
on that front
Just
clip.
slow it down, girl. Slow it down.
And you can just tell that car's struggling now in the the dry conditions.
Come on, girl, you got this.
The transition through the middle of the circuit though, nevertheless. It's the shallow line, but it's going to be a score.
Yeah, I mean, that's the
come
key
on.
of it. Obviously, with these changing conditions, people will be struggling. So getting a score on the board.
Good girl, give her a round of applause. Woo!
Exactly that. So we await to see what the judges say about that one.
Oh, Emma, get that car sorted. Sharpish.
Here we go.
Actually, no, don't rush it. Make sure it's perfect, because you know
Waiting for the judges to drop this
you got to
score in
stamp
before
all
we
over these
set
boys.
the line. Edgar,
Come on, Edgar.
and it will be a 38 of 38.
So yeah, score on the board there for Sarah Price, which will put her in contention hopefully for battles this afternoon.
This is another
Next
driver
off the
that the
line, we
Forces
have
Drift
Edgar.
Academy is excited
So
about.
good, they named him twice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
Nice fast initiation though. in the last
Self-Negus,
spin.
nice. He's held it. Oh, gutted.
Big opposite drift, straight in.
He has got clutch issues.
Will be a 0.
He's got
for,
gearbox
Edgar-
issues.
Edgar there.
Come on, man, you got this. Edgar, I need you in the battles.
So he
We
does
need
pull back
Edgar
to the
in the
start line. Yeah,
battles.
should have took the opportunity to complete that run, you know, get that well-needed seat time.
But it doesn't look like it's slowed him down on the entry.
Oh, it
there.
won't
No,
slow him
it
down. Edgar and Eggers will never slow
Stayed off
down.
power a little bit too long there before he came into that second clip. And again, very, very sketchy here from Edgar.
But it's still a score at the moment. It's still a score.
Oh, it's very wide, but he stays
Come
in.
on, good man.
Transitions now. into these final outer zones, nice and
Hold
deep.
it! Hold it!
That was really
Nice!
nice and clip there. He just caught grip at the
He
right
held
point.
it though, he held it.
And, yeah, Edgar finishing off the second
That's
run.
points on the board, good man.
A nice finish there. So we'll await his scoring from the judges, and I definitely think it'll better his first score of a 0.
You need
So,
to get me a
judges
tripod.
just deliberating that score. And there's no flies on Trevor. He's going to get better than a 0, that's for
Definitely
sure.
get better than a 0.
And it was going to be a 55, so a 55
Not
here
bad,
for Edgar
to
Edgar.
be fair.
Up next, James Cross pulls to the line.
Yep. James Cross, another Welsh lad, a driver
Yay,
off of
bring it on for
the
the
reserve
Welsh.
list this weekend in the SR20 powered S13.
Oh, he can hold on to that. Can he hold on to that? He shallows it up, but he does manage to hold on to it. Good transition in front of the judging tower.
You can see him really fighting there without a steering wheel to keep it going. Spin
What
there
a
from James Cross.
shame.
Yeah, if you get yourself wrong, if you
He's
come
doing
off
so
of
well.
that outer zone too quick, cut across the circuit where it's wet and you're on full throttle, game over. So many
Yeah.
people doing it and spinning.
But James doing the right thing, finishing off the run so he can get a feel for the last part of the course. And yeah, you can see through his window yanking hard on that
Oh,
handbrake.
thank you, Mark.
Oh, and 2 wheels off track.
2 wheels and an opposite
Being
drift just
management
to
for
confirm that
Forces
0
Drift Academy,
for
you'd
James
think I'd be a
Cross
bit
there at
more
the end.
Just put the
professional.
man in the coffin.
But I'm one of these
So
down
he
to
does
the
make
ground
his way back
people.
to the start
Say it
line.
as it is. Do what you can.
So off the line again, James Cross. Hopefully he would have learnt from that first run, and he will now know where the track is patchy, and will adjust to that.
Still carrying quite a lot of speed though. Catches a little bit of understeer. This is nice and wide now. Can he hold on to it? Good transition back. He's really looking to get nice and get outside again. Look at this. That carries a lot of speed through that wet
Mark,
part of
are
the
you
track.
my new
Just
fan?
about holds on to it this time.
I actually have
He's
a fan.
very wide though. And now looking for the
You put me
transition
on
to the
my
outer
film
zone. Can he get a score on the borders?
I mean, this will be a score, but where the score will be on the board, we do not know yet. But I mean, there were some good parts, there were some bad parts of that run.
Tim
next
Newell.
on the line whilst we're waiting for that score.
One of Andy
to come in
Arnett's
is the
cars.
Drift sponsored driver Tim Newell. Police officer by day, drifter by weekend.
A police officer.
A police officer by day, drifter by weekend.
Wow.
That's how he catches criminals
So we wait
drifting.
the score for James Cross, a 59. So a
That's not
59 does find himself a score on the board, and Tim Newell, like you say, the police officer.
Yeah, police officer by day, drifter by
Forces
weekend.
Drift
Also an
Academy,
instructor at Atlanta Drift,
doing it for the
who's
police
looking
academy
really
here.
strong in practice,
Police
but again,
academy,
as we keep
police
saying,
force.
these conditions are changing
Oh my
so
God.
much. He is a regular here at Norfolk Arena.
He's been a great
on the
supporter of the
drifting.
Forces
He's
Drift
also done
Academy
the
as well,
Norfolk
so
Arena
anything
Drift
we can do to
Championship as well.
support him, we will.
So yeah, we're hoping for big things here from Tim
He's
Newell.
had some issues with his suspension
So
today
he shakes
though.
in, but you can see the back of that car bumping up and down, and again a little dab
So
of the
he's
handbrake just
hired
to
his pressures on the
get
rear
that car
in the hope he can
sideways.
control it a bit better.
mean,
Looks like he's still struggling a
Very,
bit.
very nervous.
Yeah.
I know that it's his first national
No.
competition. He was drawn in off the reserve list very, very late on.
There's a problem with the severe
only
suspension
sort
as
of
well.
got the car ready a couple of days
Yeah,
ago.
literally.
Went and did a bit of testing down at Rockingham yesterday. But yeah, I mean, looks like he's really struggling with this
end.
dry and patchy track.
6 there for Tim Newell.
I don't know why he keeps doing that. I managed to Google
The
it.
thing is, Tim was really consistently online in the wet earlier.
I've got
Yeah,
it.
he would have been one of the guys praying for rain.
Yes,
All
without
day.
a doubt, without a doubt. But yeah, bit more speed there on the entry from Tim Newell, but again
Just
catching
see him,
understeer,
yeah.
and you can see him
That's
yanking on
better.
that handbrake just to get
Come on,
the
Tim.
break the traction there. But
You can do it.
no, not looking a bit better here from Tim Newell.
Throw it round. Come on.
Does manage to hold on to it though. Can he bring it in nice and close to that front clip? He certainly can. It's barely drifting though. Absolutely shallow angle transitions into the final outer zone. Nice line there.
Yeah, not bad considering he's coming off a damp section here in the middle into the dry. He managed to
don't like
predict
damp
that quite
sections.
well there on his second run. And I
Justin
think that
us.
will improve his score on
I
the
bet there's
final.
loads of Justinus fans out here. Justinus Norcus.
So whilst we wait for the score, we have Paulius Cernicus on the line.
Where is it?
He's actually in a borrowed car from Justinus. He had problems with his car this morning, so he's borrowed the V8.
I was going to say, is Justin seeded? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Justinus is seeded.
And Tim Newell's second score there, and 52, so he does improve on his first score, and he gets a 52 there for his second run. So, Paulius Cernicus out now in the borrowed car of Justinus Marcus.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. Right.
Justin about keeps it on track there. Oh, but he's right now.
2 wheels off there.
And these cars, absolutely savage. Turbo,
you're welcome, Richard.
C36.
Paulius did not even get a lap of practice on his car. He broke his car, didn't have enough time to get out, out in this for even one lap of practice. So for his first run out, a completely new car to him.
Good effort.
Really good effort there, considering that's probably got twice the power of the car that he normally drives.
So Paulius pulls it back to the start line.
Justinus, Edgar, this guy, Polis is his name. And Egis, they have probably the loudest, most supportive fan base, groupies, crazy people supporting it. Honest to God, they are the best at the spectators' places. That's fast now.
Some composure, and isn't it a little bit more controlled?
Nice.
It's a lot tidier right now. Looks like he's calm, he's nervous. He's getting very
This actually pushes him nicely into that bit. He's sort of middle of the track now.
That car is too noisy! That car surely is over noise limitations.
Yeah, celebrating a little bit too early.
We've all done it. We've all been there.
I think
I've done it. Yeah, arm out the window and then it just all went wrong.
Just kicks in, I think.
He was already past the finish line when that went, wasn't he? Yeah, good. Steve, or Stephen, however you prefer to be known. Mark Brown has been out and actually put in 2 really good runs. I'm confident he should get into top 32. But I don't want to jinx him. But all I can say is we're very proud of his runs, considering he'd only done one practice run, one lead, one chase. Nailed it. Well, not quite nailed it, but yeah, impressive. I'm hoping he gets in. I'm not talking now, this car's too noisy. Freaking aircraft on wheels.
And this is a very, very good run from Steve Barkley.
Oh, the angle in a
Nice.
Barkley playing in an absolutely outstanding run. Just as I say that,
Commentators curse.
2 wheels, but that will mark him down. But up until that point,
Your fault, Trev.
Absolutely on it.
Yeah, flying. We haven't seen him put too many good runs in. He was scrappy earlier in practice.
He was scrappy in practice.
The judges said, look, look, sort your tyre pressures out, calm yourself down, get out. Very, very good run there for George Barkley.
To the build as well.
Opposite flick.
Wow, big entry there from George as he moves himself out to
deep into that zone there. He needs to pull the front a little bit closer to that. File on the angle. Looks like he's going to finish up the run just as good as the low, just a little bit short at last.
Round of applause.
Absolutely amazing.
Sounds pretty insane. So
it's too loud. I like loud, but I don't know. I don't know, it's just a bit too loud.
So, in the midst of that, didn't really get the score, so...
Probably going to get slated for saying that's too loud.
No, that was stupidly loud.
It is loud, isn't it? Like there's beautiful,
no exhaust,
there's beautiful graspy loud, and then there's
a little
hurting your ears a little bit loud.
So, George Barkley.
It's like too much treble and not enough bass. The bassy loud is good, but the trebly loud is a bit hard to hear.
Yeah, up next, the final qualifier of the day will be Hayden Edmonds in the Mazda RX-8.
Yeah, still 13B powered, 220 brake, sponsored by Coolants UK and also Super Drift UK. He used to be a racing driver. He started in karts at the age of 7 and then moved to single seaters at the age of 16. So a lot of experience in straight line driving. Obviously wanting a different challenge and coming over to drifting.
Yeah, doing a good job so far though. Probably again another driver putting down probably one of the best runs we've seen so far of him from the day, and Hayden doing a good job of that first qualifying run.
Yeah, I mean Hayden was really impressive coming in at round 1 for Three Sisters, showing what that little 13B powered RX-8 can do. And it looks like his consistency's coming across round to round 2 now.
Exactly that, so a 53 on his first qualifying run. Just one more qualifying run left to go, and that is the end of qualifying here at round 2.
Beginning of last year.
3:30, we will start our top 32 competition. So make sure you get yourself somewhere comfortable to sit as Hayden comes off the line for his second qualifying run of the day. Very shallow angle as he heads into the outer zone. Now as he pulls the front end nice and close to that tyre. Look at this, nice angle through the middle of the circuit. And very good job on that transition. Back into that outer zone. Oh, what a spin!
Yeah, so that will be a 0 for Hayden Edmonds' second run. But whilst we're waiting for Hayden to come off track, obviously the top 32 announcements will be done down.
Right, we'll be back for the battles, guys. See you soon.
Podium. Then the drivers